Hello, happy Thursday. Hello, happy Thursday. It's time to read a little bit. Mhm. Hello, Tisha. Hello, Tomas. Hello, Jizarigan. I don't know how to say your name. Hi, hello, Aisha. Mehaba. Hello. Story time, creating after abuse. Right now out in Spanish and English and more languages to come. All right. Today I'm going to talk about your story and shame. What does it mean to you and about you? Sometimes when I work with people to facilitate change, we have to step back a little and walk really them through what actually happened in order to get beyond the abuse. This includes owning, claiming, and acknowledging what they believe their story meant to them and about them, and how they are still living that today. Well, I have this behind me because I just finished a Cage Talks, which is an adaptation of the Cage that I write about here and in the classes and trainings that I facilitate. One of the things that I facilitate. Um, and that's what it looks like to be in a cage. And I liked it behind me for today as I'm reading the book, a little bit from the book, because it's the cage is invisible and it's just kind of like on you, even though you can see it now. And you wouldn't necessarily notice that it was there until it's pointed out in the reading or in a facilitation or something like that. But you know when something's there. You know, your body, you feel weird, you feel off, you feel dense, you feel heavy. This is shame. Shame is so heavy. So, for many of my clients, being abused sexually, physically, or emotionally brings up the feeling of being damaged goods, not just broken, like damaged goods on the discount shelf permanently. Understanding how you're interpreting your story and shame, its meaning to you and about you, can help you begin to define a new choice and create a new story. You are not your abuse, but sometimes you feel like that. You are not your past, but sometimes you bring it into your present and you feel like that and you repeat it. You are not that, but you feel like you are. So, how do you work beyond that to the growth possibility? Hello, everybody. Welcome. You are not your shame. It is just something that you have got used to feeling. Hello, Mihaila from Romania, Loredana from Italy. Hi. This book is not about judgment, it's about oneness. It's about really using this conversation as a target to eliminate abuse. One person at a time, you in your mind, eliminating abuse can change the world. This includes recognizing that our abusers were also operating from their programs and helping them on an energetic level. I know that's a little crazy to say, to move beyond abuse too. If you are, this is from Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now. If you are one of the many people who have an issue with their parents, let's say, if you still harbor resentment about something they did or did not do, then you still believe that they had a choice, but they could have acted differently. It always looks as if people had a choice, but that is an illusion. As long as your mind, with its conditioned patterns, runs your life, what choice do you have? This is why I write about creating after abuse and identify the cage of abuse. Hello, beautiful people that are just joining. Welcome. I'm reading some excerpts, a little paragraph from Creating After Abuse. As long as we keep shame, we keep the abuse. As long as we keep the story undisclosed, we keep abuse in our bodies. When we identify with shame, we lock it into our bodies, and then we contort our body into that shame. That's the next book, The Body of Change. I'm editing the manuscript as we speak. Well, not as we speak because I'm reading right now, but it's over there. When we identify with shame, we lock it in our bodies. And when we do, we leave ourselves open to dis-ease and disease and a life of limited possibilities. I mean, come on. How much shame, whether you've been abused or not, are you actually living with, which is actually limiting your possibilities? I know I had my fair share and beyond. And then I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired of that shame. And I changed it. We remained locked in our cage because I decided not to be locked in my own cage. It was my own cage because the shame that I was carrying and that most of us carry is from a situation, unless it happened recently, it's usually from a past situation that you've made decision after decision after decision after feeling after habit after pattern after conditioning into, and that has become and actualized as your life. That is the cruel joke and the real sickness of this reality with shame. We remain locked in our cage, and that makes the abused situation your God instead of being your own God. I'm not, of course, referring to God in a religious sense, but pointing to the power you have to create your own reality. So here's an energy exercise in the book. This exercise releases all the energy you have, potentially all the energy you have around shame, along with the perceptions that you are flawed or damaged goods. However you felt it, whenever you felt it, and with whomever you are continuing to feel it, you can release shame, including all its hidden, unspoken, unacknowledged, or undisclosed secrets or agendas. You can let them go, let them off of you and off of your body. So this is in the book, but I'm just going to do it with you. So as you're listening, if you're plagued by any shame, something that you feel wrong about, insecure, heavy, dense, bad, damaged goods, don't want to face a situation because it's going to bring up what you chose. Just take your hands right now and imagine, if I bend over, you won't see me, but imagine touching down to your toes and using your fingers to pull up from your legs up to the top of your head, and then off to the side of you, just throw it out and off of you. And then do it again. Use your nails, use your fingers, and just go up your legs. You can actually go on your body and then toss it outside of you and pull it up from your feet, up the front of your legs, up the back of your legs, up the front of your body, up the sides of your body, and release it to the earth. You can say something like no. You can say something like yes. You can say something like my body, my choice. You can say something like, I probably shouldn't say on social media. Whatever it is that you would like and that your body wants, it's the movement of the pulling up and the releasing and the pulling up and the releasing and the pulling up and the releasing. And in that releasing, you're taking that first level of the cage off of you, the thing that keeps the shame locked in place. And through the movement, you start to clear your mind from this damaged goods, wrong, evil, bad, you, about a past situation that no longer needs to plague you. That doesn't mean you're wrong if it does plague you. Trust me, I was plagued by so much for so long. And what I had to do and what I chose to do through these writings, through the workshops, through talking myself, through the cage technique, which I basically is what's going on with you, the shame, the presenting issue. What does that bring up for you? What is it related to? What did you decide about you? And how can you change it? As simple as I can make it. And that's what we do. And that's what I did in this book, and some version of that in all the books that I have written thus far. Um, and you want to pull the energy up through the front of you. You can also turn around or pull it up through the back of you. You can pull it up through the side of you and off the other side of you, however it works for you, however your body wants to move. Sometimes you get tired of verbal process, like talking all the time. Sometimes you get tired of the journaling. Sometimes you get tired of, talking it out, or even going into therapy. Sometimes I say that even as a therapist, I get it. Sometimes you just don't want to talk about it. Move your body and get it off and just say no and just confront what is actually not true, because that shame locks you into not existing, and that shame locks you in to no choice. And then when you're locked into no choice, you actually believe the lie that you don't have choice. You do. You do right now. What would your choice like to be today? Always remember that choice. And if no one's told you that they love you today and they care for you and they're pulling for you and they're rooting for you to have whatever it is that you desire, not a little, not some, but all of what works for you. and brings you joy. I do. Thanks for listening. If you'd like more information about the book, it is on Amazon. You can look at it through Access Consciousness Publishing, and more languages to come. Thank you so much, and bye for now.